Okay guys, so in Tuesday's video, Rodney fixed this lamp for me. He did the rewiring. So if you need to see more information about that, look at our last Tuesday video. But in this video, I'm going to show you the steps that I took to redo this lamp, the paint and the gilding wax. And as you can see, it works. So keep watching and I'll show you how I transformed it. So I believe this is the original color of the lamp, but I'm wanting to give it a more updated modern look. So I'm going to be using Dixie Belle Silk Line in the color of Anchor. My favorite thing about this paint is that it's an all-in-one. It's your primer and your top coat. So once it's dry, that's it. Now you can always go through and add another top coat if you're wanting more durability, but for this lamp it's not going to be necessary. Silk is a self-leveling paint, so I'm doing a thin coat with even strokes. So as it dries, the paint does level itself out. But it's important to do thin strokes so that it does have an opportunity to level itself out. I'm using the Belle brush, and the reason why I chose this brush was because it allows me to get into all the detail, and this lamp does have some detail to it. So it allows me to dab into the detail, but then also turn around and smooth it out. Because when you're dabbing in places like that, you can get excess paint, and as it's drying, it can start forming drips. And you're not going to want that. You're going to want the smooth finish. So it's important to, after you do all the dabbing, to really do the smoothing part, just smoothing it out. And you can see the bottom of this lamp has a lot of detail. That cart that you just saw, that's a detailing cart, and that thing is amazing. I'll leave the description to the one that I use below. Now, one thing that I did wrong here is I should have taped off that cord. It's a brand new cord that Rodney just put on it. But I forgot, and I did get some paint on it, but I was able to wipe it off quickly. So that way there's no paint on it. I'm not worried about the feet in this project because I have another plan for it. So I'm just wanting to make sure that I get around the base, and I'm not worried about the feet because I have other plans for it. So here I'm just going to go through, make sure that there's no drips anywhere, make sure I don't have any runs, just make sure everything's smooth. So this is the reason why I love the silk paint. When you come in with that second coat, it really does give it a full coverage, and it really does level out in this place. So I'm just going around, making sure I get all the spots and level it out, dab it into the details, but then turn around and smooth it out. And the second coat always goes way faster than the first one because you're able to just go even strokes and just really get it all on there so it's full coverage. Again, that's the reason why I chose this brush. It worked really well for this piece. It was not too big. If it was a bigger brush, it would have probably left more lines or drips or anything like that. So this brush worked out well. So here again, I'm just going in through all the detail, dabbing it in, making sure I'm getting in everything. And you can see I'm using the cart. Again, that thing is amazing because it allows you to just move all around the piece without having to get up. And I'm not worrying about the feet because I have plans for it. So once this second coat gets on and dries, everything's going to smooth out, and then I'm going to come through with one more product, and I think it's going to really look amazing. So this is called Gilding Wax. So you just put a little bit on your finger, and I like to keep another paper towel in my hand to just so I can like wipe any extra that's on my finger off. And then you just lightly buff it into the piece where you want it to be. So here I'm just buffing into the feet and I'm blending it into the black. That's why I wasn't worried about the feet. And then you can see all that detail, and you're going to see exactly what this gilding wax can do. The difference between gilding wax and glaze is that glaze gets into the detail, but gilding wax just glides on top of it. And as you can see here, it really allows it to shine and pop through. I'm really loving the look of this gilding wax on this. So I'm just going to go through this lamp and find all the detail, and I'm just going to glide my finger. You don't have to put a lot of pressure. There's not a lot of rubbing or buffing. You're just gliding your finger over the detail. You're not mashing into anything because you don't want to get inside the detail. You're just wanting to get on top of the detail. And if you get it into spots that you don't necessarily want it in, you can take just like a painter's brush and just lightly go over the gilding wax and cover it up with the black paints. Like I did that in 2 different spots where I got it where I didn't actually want it. So after everything was dried and everything, I just went through with a paintbrush and covered that up. So you can go light or you can go heavy. And then as I go further up the lamp, I tend to go a little bit lighter. So that way it has that aged look. And I'm just hitting every detail. Anything that stands out on the lamp, I'm just giving it a nice coat of the gilding wax. This part right here was probably my absolute favorite. Seeing that just pop out, it was so pretty. And then here I'm just going up at an angle and I'm just like lightly touching that part just to tie it into each other. And then underneath there's a little bit of detail there and I'm just lightly gliding my finger over it so that detail can pop out too. So that's it, guys. 2 products, silk and then the gilding wax. How amazing is that? Let me know in the comments what you think. Should I went a different way? Should I left it like it was? Do you love it like it is now? Let me know. I personally love it like it is. All right, guys, so that's it. We hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments below and we'll answer them. If you like what you saw tonight, just give us a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and hit that notification bell. And until next time, see ya.